Well, and the only two people that see Nathan's vulnerabilities ever are Deb and Haley. I mean, the scenes going from scene to scene where he's so sweet with you, Joy. Oh my God, you and him in the car are just darling.
And then to see him become such a jackass in the next scene, but it just showed what we were saying when we were watching back was that it's only James could do this because James intrinsically is just such a great person, such a good man, that he managed to play this character that was such a jerk and so confused because of what he's been taught by his parents, and yet still be vulnerable. And it was still kind of manipulative. He was using his vulnerability, even though he was being honest, to manipulate Haley, but it doesn't come off as sociopathic.
Yeah.
He just comes off as confused. Because I think a lot of guys, I mean, think about the guys that are like on TV right now or whatever in those shows, like it would have been hard to cast someone.
Absolutely.
Like that.
And I think if you'd cast someone who in real life was a dick or was a manipulator,
right,
there would have been no redemption for Nathan, and James bringing himself to that part and his kindness and his groundedness. It's like you could see through the Nathan Scott armor, and and in a way it let him play someone who was cruel better than I've seen most villains be villains.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt bad for him.
I want to talk about Joy's hat.
Yes, please.
I was going to say that. Can we talk about Haley's hat?
Okay, will you tell people what the backstory of the hat is? Come on.
Okay, look, here I have to preface this by saying that there is a possibility that I've created this scenario in my mind because I hated the hat so much. But
I don't think
what I remember, my recollection of this is that I was given this hat. I did not like this hat. I hated this hat. I was given this hat and told you have to wear this hat. And I was told later that the person who chose the hat for me chose it because it looked like a penis hat, like the top of a penis.
It had
and
mushrooms
they thought it was
literally on it.
Yeah, and they thought it was funny to make Haley look like she was like had like a penis on her head. I hated that hat so much. I hated that hat.
Did they tell you this right away, Joy?
No, it was way later. It was way later because it would always pop up and we'd see images of it. Because it's like, I don't know why this hat keeps showing up. I see photos of it for years. I've seen like because it's so terrible. I think probably it's like
and also there's that beautiful scene with the two of you in the car. You know, we've talked about it from Nathan's side, but the vulnerability that Haley leans into and the softness that you gave her and the humor and the cracking jokes, but also the bashfulness. It was so innocent and beautiful.
Bashful is the perfect word.
Right? She's bashful. And it happens in that friggin' hat. For a lot of it.
It all happens in the hat.
A lot of it happens in the hat. And then, you finally take it off on the car ride. But I think that's part of it because that's where the seed of Nathan and Haley was planted, was in that friggin' hat.
Yeah.
Just right in the top of it.
Because the second you take the hat off, it's like she's all that, like you're a beautiful girl. Your chin in that car scene, Joy, just your little like chin dimple and your little pout and your like your eyes, and you can tell that you're listening to him, like you're really listening. It is so like Ariel from Little Mermaid.
And the like red hair.
They needed the hat to like dress you down, so it's not so on the nose and like, well, duh, these two are going to end up together. All they could do is put a stupid hat on.
It's like when they put Rachel Lee Cook in glasses.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I agree. It could have just been that, and then maybe the penis story came up later. Who knows? I don't know. But
that also could have been them like editing history, where after they watch it in dailies, they're like, "She looks like a dick," Yeah.
It could have been. But yeah,
when does the poncho pop up? I remember them giving you shit about the poncho.
Yep.
That was the other thing, the poncho. I think I chose the poncho. I think that was my choice, my bad choice. I made some very questionable wardrobe choices throughout the years, but I guess it always kind of worked for Haley.